figured we'll take you for a orchard tour next. We're going to start on the tree side. So these are 2 cherry trees that we just added this year. We tried mulberries in this space and they didn't take. So we went with a sweet cherry. And then you'll see we have comfrey planted with pretty much every tree. The next 4 trees are all hazelnuts. They want to be bushes. They don't want to be a tree, but we do prune them to be trees. So you can see at the bottom there's a lot of growth on each one of these. That all just is going to get cut out. And then what I've been doing is saving some of them as starts. And I've been starting some hazelnut trees. Then we have this peach tree. There's 2 peach trees. This one got damaged earlier this year. This is our second time trying peach. The first time they died one winter. If this one doesn't work out though, we're gonna go a different route. But something did get to this one, but it is trying to come back, so we'll see what happens. Then we have some more cherry trees. So these next 3 trees are all cherries. You can see we're starting to get some fruit. This cherry tree is from a couple years ago. The one that was here ended up getting diseased and we had to replace it, but it's doing really well. And this is another sweet cherry tree. We only got a few sweet cherries last year, so we're really looking forward to getting some more. And of course we got our laying flock here, Mr. Rooster and his ladies. This next row is all different apple trees. So every tree was selected based on the disease resistance and when it fruits so that it can help pollinate other trees. We haven't got very many apples last year and doesn't look like we're going to get a lot this year either, but they are still young. Then we have a pear tree here. We haven't got any pears yet. So we have 2 pear trees though. This is another pear. And our meat birds. They're doing really well. They're happy. They got some radish and haskips yesterday and they were all over it. And we have 3 plum trees. Again, 3 different varieties of plums. They all taste quite a bit different. This one's got a lot of those big thorns on it, which is fun to reach into. These 2 are extremely sweet plums. The last one here, I'm not sure what the variety is, but it's basically the equivalent of candy. And there's quite a bit growing on here. So we're going to end up getting some nice plums. Then this is our haskip row. So we've been harvesting a lot of haskips every day. 3 different varieties here. And this is the group that was born in April or hatched in April. Also doing really well. We got the 4 roosters and 5 hens. Then we have our blueberries. So this row here was just redone. I moved all the blueberries together, added a special fertilizer or mineral enhancement. We're going to see what they do. This is the row we had our gooseberries in before, but we've gone to blackberries. We just weren't a fan of the gooseberries, so this is another new row. We'll see how they turn out, but we expect good things. They're growing well. Then we have 2 rows of raspberries. And you can see here, left the wild strawberries within the raspberries. There's lots of little blooms going. We get quite a bit of raspberry every year. When I was pruning this year, though, I kind of messed up and I pruned a little too aggressively. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. But they grow back really well, so not too worried. This last little bit, there was nothing ever planted here, but what we've been doing is taking any raspberries that the bugs have gotten to or the birds have gotten to, and we're just kind of throwing them over in this section, and it's planting it for us. So this whole row will end up being filled with raspberry as well. This is our strawberry row and our asparagus, but the asparagus never took. Even the strawberries aren't doing as good as we would hope. Like this asparagus is almost 5 years old, and it's never gotten thicker than a pencil. And this is about half the thickness of a pencil right now. But the strawberries taste great. So I think we just have to do some different amendments and get this row doing a little better. But we do have some strawberries in here right now, and we've been eating them. And then this last row is our rhubarb. So originally we planted Victorian rhubarb, and those are the stalks that are mostly green, but we planted a local variety. I believe they called it Walter. So that's this little guys right now. So hopefully next year we're going to be able to harvest that local variety and try something different. And the last row here is our cherry bushes. So these are all sour cherries that you'd want to use for like your baking and preserving for the most part. And we got quite a bit last year out of this. We've had some disease issues. This one, a large chunk had to be cut. But it came back and it did well. This one right here had the same issue as that peach tree. So we think it was like a silkworm that was basically, I don't know, living off of it. We burned it off, and this has come back just like the peach tree has. And then this year, within all the strawberries, within all the cherries, we planted new strawberries. So we planted 100 crowns, and then we've left all the wild strawberries as well that were in here. One thing that is really working out well is running the chickens in this area. Like the grass, wherever they run, is so much greener. It's such a difference. So we're happy to have them helping us. And then this is our new laying hens. So these were the ones that were born, I believe, in May or end of April. So a lot of chickens, a lot of stuff going on, and hopefully lots of food to harvest coming up real soon. Hope you enjoyed.